Hello and welcome. Today we will be discussing how to write a slope-intercept equation passing through 2 points. Now, what we're talking about here is we are given 2 points and we want to write an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b that passes through these 2 given points. Now, sometimes we will be given a graph and we'll have to translate that graph into a line, and that's typically done by identifying points on that graph or on that line that it passes through and going through this process. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to start with the points that we are given. We are given the points 3, -2, and 4, 2, and we're asked to write a slope-intercept equation that passes through these 2 points. So what we need to start with is our slope. We need our slope value and we need a y-intercept value to write this equation. Slope, we should know, is the equation y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And all we're saying is we're taking our x values and y values and we're putting them together to find what the distance is between them. And that's our slope, our rate of change. So with our equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, I need to first identify what those values are. And that's actually a very easy process. All we do is we go over to our ordered pairs here on the left and we say, okay, this is my first x and this is my first y. This is my second x, this is my second y. Now that I've labeled them, I can go ahead and plug them in their according location. I said y2 is the value of 2, and y1 is the value of -2. On the bottom here, I have x2, which I said was 4, minus the value of x1, which is 3. Now recognize the equation for slope says y2 minus y1. We need to maintain that subtraction sign there for both the y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So that means when I plug in, for example, the y1 of -2 here, I'm maintaining that value of -2 while still keeping that subtraction sign. And what that's going to do is that's going to turn this into a 2 plus 2 situation, because this negative being distributed here makes it a positive term. So we have 2 plus 2 over 4 minus 3. And I can start simplifying. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So I have my given slope now. I know that m is equal to 4 over 1, or we could just write it as 4. I'm not done though. I need my b value. Now there's 2 ways we can go about finding our b value. We can either use what's known as point slope form and simplify that equation, or we can use the fact that we know what our slope is and we can solve for b by isolating it, and we know what our x and y values are from our given x1, y1, or x2, y2. I'm going to use the second method of using the equation we're already given here. So in this situation, we already have the equation y equals mx plus b, and I'm going to go ahead and replace my y, my m, and my x value because I know those values. My y value will just be my first y1. -2. My m value will be my slope that I have here, which is 4. My x value, which is m times x, my x comes from my x1 here, and that's going to be 3. And I'm just going to solve for b here. 4 times 3 gives me 12. And I still have the -12 over here on the left side and a positive b on the right side. And to isolate b, I need to do the inverse of a positive 12 here, and that's subtracting 12. Remember, what we do to one side to an equation, we need to do to another. 12 minus 12 cancels those terms out. On the left side here, though, -12 minus 12 takes me to a -24. So that tells me my b value is -24. I now have my equation. Y equals my m value of 4, or 4 over 1, x minus 24. All we've done is plug in our b value for -24 and plug in 4 for our slope value. And that is how we write a slope-intercept equation that passes through our given 2 points.